to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Guns, self-defense, concealed carry. This is the Patriot Defense Podcast. From the war room in Idaho's high desert, here's your host, Todd Echols.
And I am back. It is a Wednesday morning, and I am back to you with the Welcome to Guns series, episode 10. And we're going to talk about today is why you should take a class. Now, I know that sounds a little, I don't know how that sounds. I mean, here you are listening to this podcast, and I'm going over everything that you should know when it comes to owning firearms. I understand that. And I know you've probably been on YouTube, right? And you've seen some things on YouTube. I get it. So why, Todd? Why? Why do I need to go and spend money and take a class? Because you do. You really do. And I'm going to tell you why. So I would love for people to come and take classes from me all day long, every day. I would do it. But I know that is not possible. Not everyone lives in this area. But I would encourage you, if you're new to guns, if you're going to carry a gun, go and take a class. You can only learn so much on podcasts. You can only learn so much off of YouTube. You need, here's what I think everyone needs. Everyone needs a good private session with a good instructor, right? One that is qualified to be the instructor and has a good feedback from other students, from past students, and they need to, even if you think you know it all, you need to go and take a class. There's so much value there, and just take a beginner's class. Talk about the safety. Talk about the fundamentals. Go out on the range and perform those fundamentals. I guarantee you, there's something you're doing wrong. Everyone does things wrong. I do things wrong sometimes, but there's value in going out and slowing down and performing these fundamentals on the range in front of someone with a trained professional, someone with a trained eye. They are going to catch things. They are going to suggest things. They're going to see things that you do not. And you're going to benefit greatly from that. I've had lots of shooters that have come through that have, I've been shooting for years. I've been doing this. They show up, they learn something. Bad habits creep in there. Things happen, and you start doing them slowly over time without noticing it. And if there's no correction there, you're just going to continue to do so and continue to do those things. And it's not going to be great for you. And so there's value in paying a trained professional just a one-on-one private class. Nothing crazy, right? And then if you find a guy that you like and that class goes well, and then maybe you'll sign up for another one and another one and another one as you move forward. Now, I'm not saying you got to go and take a class every single weekend. What I am saying is you need to take a class, get the feedback from the class, find out, what that instructor has to tell you, and you take that and you work on it. And when you're ready, you move on to a different class. There is a value in classes. You got to be very careful when you poke around the internet, especially on YouTube. There's lots of good things on YouTube, but there's a whole lot, probably twice as much bad stuff on YouTube, and bad advice and bad suggestions. As I say that, as I'm doing a podcast, and I have put videos up on social media, on YouTube and Rumble and whatnot. There is value to going to a professional versus just having someone tell you how they think should do it on the computer, right? It's a good place to start, and there's lots of value, and there is some really good professional guys, and on the YouTube space, social media space, that they know what they're doing, and you can go and you can look up their credentials, and they give you basic things to work on, and that's good. But having that person, they can't watch you go and perform those. Having that person watch you perform those fundamentals and say, hey, let's just tweak your grip right here a little bit. Or, hey, I notice you're putting your finger, you're pretty close to the way you're putting your finger on the trigger, but if you were to just adjust that just a little bit more, or I notice you're not pressing that trigger straight back. Those are things that you don't notice that others will. And that's where there's a benefit in taking a class. And when you take the class, like I said, go into it with an open mind and then learn and accept and put all those things they tell you, those tools in your toolbox. Like I said, you're just going to benefit from that in the long run. And I think that if you're going to carry a firearm, if you're going to own a firearm, I won't even say carry. We'll get there in a minute. But if you're going to own a firearm and there's going to be one in your house and you're going to go out and shoot with it, it is your responsibility. You should feel the weight, the burden of that responsibility to do so as safely as you can and to learn from a professional, learn how to handle that firearm, how to shoot that firearm. You will benefit from that so much. And that is the responsible thing to do, is to venture out and seek training. In fact, I encourage that before you even go purchase a gun. If you're brand new to firearms and maybe you have one already, or you're going to go purchase one, before you do that, or before you take the gun that you already have and go out and do a bunch of shooting with it, you seek out an instructor, a certified instructor, to give you a class. And especially if you're going to end up carrying that gun on you in a public setting, which if you're going to carry a gun, it's going to be in a public setting. You need to learn how to draw that gun. You need to learn how to do all this stuff. And especially when you learn the draw, that is something that you, someone there watching you, guiding you, helping you with all the little nuances, things that you don't think about. When I teach someone how to draw a gun, they're like, whoa, there's a lot to this. And I'm like, yeah, there is a lot to it. It's not just rip the gun out of the holster and start shooting. Like, there's a whole bunch to it. Little nuances that'll make it smoother, better, and easier. And the same way with going to the range and shooting. You'll benefit so much from those things, okay? Go and seek out these people. If you don't know where to go to the gun stores, right? Go to the gun stores and say, hey, look, is there any reputable trainers or firearms instructors around here? And call multiple instructors. If you can get business cards, those stores are typically going to have business cards, or they're going to know where to send you, or they might have someone on staff that does the same thing. It's kind of the bane of my existence being a firearms instructor, of gun stores having their own instructors, but it is what it is. It's competition. But talk to multiple instructors. Find one that you vibe with, one that feels like you connect with. Ask them for their credentials. And then go and sign up and take that class. It is worth, you've invested, depending on what you buy, let's say, between ammo, or just a gun, a brand new gun. You've invested $600-700 into this gun. Then maybe you've invested another $100 in a holster. Then maybe you've invested another hundreds and hundreds and who knows how many dollars in ammunition. And you're trying to learn this and you're doing this right. Don't waste your money. Don't waste your money on just going to the range and shooting and doing something wrong. Find out the right way to do it. Then you're not wasting ammo. You're not wasting money on ammo. You're doing it the correct way. Move forward with an intent and a purpose. There's a saying I have, it's called train with intent. That's what you need to do. So I'll be back in a week. Hopefully this helped someone out there. I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Bye.